Welcome back to the Jankyard for our next deck tech. It is Historic Kitty Brawl. This is a deck in Historic Brawl. Amonkhet has brought us some fun new cats to play with. Well, not new, some favorites, and so we've got them here to make a pretty sweet looking cat deck with featuring as our commander, not companion, our commander Kaheera, the Orphanguard. It probably could be a companion, but I was happy to play it as a commander. I think it's a pretty strong card to have as a commander. Once I looked at the options, I think it was just the best. And I definitely wanted to have Selesnya as my color combo, green-white, for cats. So let's take a look at what we've got. Firstly, Kaheera, it's a 3-2. It's got Vigilance. Each other creature you control that's a cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, or beast gets +1/+1 as Vigilance. Well, I mean, they're cats. So let's take a look at the cats we have. We got Charmed Stray, 1/1 with lifelink. The rest of the text says when enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control named Charmed Stray. So that text in a brawl deck, pointless. There's only one Charmed Stray. A Garrison Cat, which makes a 1/1 human soldier token when it dies. Lean in Vanguard, which gains life. Life gain, you'll find, is an important part of this deck. Sacred Cat, it's got lifelink, End Embalm for 1. A Johnny's Pride Mate, there's our payoff for life gain. You know, gets that +1/+1 counter whenever we gain life. Baffling End for removal. Great enchantment removal. Exile a creature an opponent controls with CMC 3 or less. Savannah Sage, another cat, 1 and a white, 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, gain 2 life. Feral Prowler, when it dies, you draw a card. That's nice. Initiate's Companion, whenever it deals combat damage to a player, untap target creature or land. That's not bad. We got the Bronzehide Lion. This is a great card which can gain indestructible, and when it dies, it comes back as an enchantment and then that enchantment says for green and a white, enchanted creature gains indestructible until end of turn. Arcane Signet, you should have these in most brawl decks, really. Banishing Light for removal. Feline Sovereign, it's a cat lord, and it gives all your cats protection from dogs. Plus, whenever one or more cats you control deals damage to a player, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment that player controls. It's not always applicable, but when it is, that can be really powerful because it can deal with some important artifacts and enchantments. Generous Stray draws a card when it enters the battlefield. Penumbra Bobcat, when it dies, you make a 2/1 black cat creature token. That's, I kind of like that. A 2/1 that turns into another 2/1. Pouncing Cheetah, 3/2 for with Flash for 3. Pride Sovereign, great card from Amonkhet. So happy to see it back. It's a 2/2 for 2 and a green. It gets +1/+1 for each other cat you control. And then white and tap, exert it, create 2 1/1 white cat creature tokens with lifelink. Pride Malkin, which is in the new M21 set, another great cat, 2 and a green for 2/1, and it puts a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Each creature with +1/+1 counter on it gains trample. Another one they put into Amonkhet, I love this card, Prowling Serpopard. 1 and double green. This creature, cat snake, it's a 4/3, it can't be countered. Creature spells you control can't be countered. Since there's a lot of creatures in this deck, that's an important little extra to have. By the way, how many creatures? 24 creatures in total. Then we got the Icon of Ancestry. I love putting it into tribal decks. You give all your creatures you choose a type, give them all the creature of the chosen type +1/+1, then you can pay 3 and tap it to look at the top 3 cards of your library and reveal a creature card of that type and put in your hand. Great stuff. Ajani, he makes an Ajani's Pride Mate, plus he helps you gain lots of life. Another important card to have. Basri's Acolyte, lifelink, and it puts +1/+1 counters on up to 2 creatures you control. More removal in Conclave Tribunal. Cub Warden, when it mutates, it makes 2 1/1 white cat creature tokens with lifelink. The Huntmaster Liger, when it mutates, Other creature you control get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of times this creature is mutated. Even a +1/+1 is not bad. And the Leonon War Leader, when it attacks, create 2/1/1 white cat creature tokens with lifelink that are tapped and attacking. Then we've got Board Wipe. Settle the Wreckage, the one-sided board wipe to get your opponents when they're attacking you. Always great. And then Shadow the Sky and Wrath of God. And then we got Coco, because we're playing so many creatures. It'd be awesome to play this and then pull out a couple of our creatures that are 3 mana or less, which there are quite a few. We got Sabertooth Mauler. If a creature died this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on it and untap it. That's great. Fronland Felidar. It's got Vigilance, and creatures you control with Vigilance have 1 tap target creature. And the thing is, Kaheera gives all of your cats Vigilance. So that's a nice little wombo combo there between the two of them. Regal Caracal. Another one I'm so happy to see back from Amonkhet. Love this card. It's another cat lord. Other cats you control get +1/+1 have lifelink. And when it enters the battlefield, it creates 2/1/1 white cat creature tokens with lifelink. And then we got the Keeper of Fables. Awesome, awesome card. Whenever one or more non-human creature you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Well, they're all non-humans. And it's a 4/5. The Vanquisher's Banner. Again, you choose that card type. Again, another lord. It gives all creatures of the chosen type +1/+1. And then when you cast a creature spell of that type, you draw a card. And that's a powerful card to have. And then we move into our lands. We got a Desert of the True, an Idyllic Range, 5 plains, a Secluded Steppe, a Thriving Heath, a Desert of the Indomitable, 5 forests, Midnight at the Hashep Oasis. This is good. You sack a desert, and you're running 4 deserts in here, I believe. You sack a desert, and target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. That's pretty good. Memorial to Unity, which allows you to look at the top. If you sack it, look at top 5 cards of your library and reveal a creature card from among them. Put in your hand. Again, we're playing 24 creatures, so that's good. Thriving Grove, Tranquil Thicket. Then we got Blossoming Sand, Sunpetal Grove, Temple Garden, Temple of Plenty, and Animal Sanctuary 2 and tap. Put a +1/+1 counter on target bird, cat, dog, goat, ox, or snake. And that is the Historic Kitty Brawl deck, and it's a fun deck to play. I like tribal decks. I like cat decks, so I'm really excited to play this. I have a cat commander deck, so to have one now in Brawl is pretty exciting. So give this a try. Let me know what you think. See how it works for you. It's in Historic Brawl, so you've got to do direct challenges, but also, it's a fun one to play.